Calaroga Shark Media.
From Washington, D.C., where MAGA singles are swiping through dating apps, this is Ballot.
That's right. If you're looking for a date, DC might be the place. Let's hit this. I'm Patrick Gutfield, and the Washington Post says MAGA singles are struggling to find love in DC. And honestly, the dating scene sounds like a disaster wrapped in a red hat. So apparently, thousands of Trump supporters have flooded into Washington, a city where 92.5% of people voted for Kamala Harris. Which means these conservatives are trying to find romance in the most liberal city in America. That's like opening a steakhouse in a vegan commune and wondering why nobody's ordering the ribeye. There's this woman, Morgan, 29 years old, who moved to DC in April looking for her perfect conservative man. She works for something called the American Principles Project, which is a group whose literal mission is to save the family. And she's got a whole checklist. He needs to love the Lord, go to church, be able to provide and protect emotionally and spiritually, and also be fit enough to go running with her. Sounds reasonable, right? Except she says most of the MAGA men she's meeting are not fit, workaholics, and not taking finding a wife seriously. She actually told a reporter that she expected more masculine men in the conservative movement and was disappointed, which is brutal. Imagine dedicating your life to conservative politics only to discover the dating pool is just a bunch of guys hunched over their phones tweeting about regulations. Then there's Taylor, a 33-year-old defense contractor who's been on 50 dates in 6 years. 50! That's not dating, that's field work. She avoids Tinder because it's too hookup-oriented, and instead she asks deep questions like, where do you go to church? And what are you reading? Which is sweet, but when Trump won in November, she and her girlfriends got excited thinking, finally, a bunch of conservative guys are coming to town. Dating's gonna be so much easier. 11 months and 6 or 7 dates later, she's like, yeah, that didn't work out. Turns out flooding the city with career-obsessed political operatives who don't plan to stay very long doesn't exactly create relationship stability. Who could have seen that coming? Now, the liberals in DC aren't making this any easier. One matchmaker says a liberal guy refused to date anyone who drives a Tesla. Another matchmaker had liberal women asking if potential matches attended the January 6th insurrection, which, to be fair, seems like a pretty reasonable screening question at this point. One 27-year-old Republican staffer said, my partner can't think I'm a fascist. That's crazy. Which is such a low bar for a relationship. I just need someone who doesn't think I'm a fascist. That used to be implied. So conservatives have basically created their own dating ecosystem. There was a pre-inauguration party where hundreds of young Trump supporters showed up, and according to the organizer, a lot of people got lucky that night. People got laid. To me, that's a success. Which is one way to measure success, I suppose. So that's where we are. MAGA. Singles in DC, swiping through dating apps, going to hoedowns, avoiding Tesla drivers, and now eyeing the military personnel deployed on American streets as potential romantic partners. Elon Musk has launched Grokipedia, which is basically Wikipedia, but run by AI and with a conservative slant. And shockingly, it's already a mess. Here's what happened. Elon decided Wikipedia is too biased, so he created his own encyclopedia using his Grok AI chatbot. The site looks exactly like Wikipedia, same design, same format, except smaller, less transparent about where it gets its information, and apparently way more interested in telling you how great Elon Musk is. The whole thing claims to have 885,000 articles, which sounds impressive until you realize a bunch of them are just copied directly from Wikipedia, word for word. Which is hilarious because Elon's been publicly trashing Wikipedia for years, calling it liberally biased, and now his big alternative is allegedly plagiarizing Wikipedia. But here's where it gets really telling. Grokipedia's entries have a very specific point of view. Their definition of gender focuses entirely on biological sex, while Wikipedia's include social and cultural dimensions. Their page on January 6th suggests that Democrats and the media exaggerated how severe the Capitol attack was. You know, just casually downplaying an insurrection. Normal encyclopedia stuff. And then there's the Elon Musk page on Grokipedia, which I'm sure he had absolutely nothing to do with. It describes his truth-oriented approach to AI and his long-term vision for humanity. The thing reads like it was written by Elon's publicist, or by Elon himself at 3 in the morning after too much espresso. Wikipedia co-founder Jimmy Wales said AI tools aren't good enough to write encyclopedia articles, and predicted Grokipedia would contain a lot of errors. The future of human knowledge, everyone. We're doing great. Even crazier? Portions of today's show were created with the help of AI,